Alright, welcome back. The first video was a fucking disaster, so I'm redoing it now. Hopefully it's in focus. Fuck me. You got the beaming light. Hopefully fucking this works. Anyway, showcase time. As you have probably seen by the title, this is my Guinea Pig box set collection there. As you can see right there, it's a bit dusty, so I should stop doing that because a lot of dust has already gone into the air. But yes, this is my fucking Guinea Pig box set that I will showcase for you now. Oh, alright, first up, so this box set comes with all 6 films and 2 making ofs. There's one making of Guinea Pig, which is kind of like a best bits behind the scenes section, and there's a making of Devil Woman Doctor. I'll get to that later. But this one came with a t-shirt and a poster. Actually, I'll give you a squeeze around. There's one side of the box. There's the back side, numbered of 3000, released by Devil Pictures. It's numbered 1349. If you know your metal bands, that is a metal band there. It's pretty cool. I was like, fuck yeah, when I got it. There's more of that there. Not much on the bottom, and the dusty top. Right, let's start off with the t-shirt. The t-shirt I have been wearing still. I can't remember where I bought this. I bought this years ago. It's like one of the first, like, I guess box sets I ever bought, to be honest. One of the first box sets I spent. Still to this day, this and something else that I bought. Fuck, I'm just burping. Alright, finally. Hopefully that's all gone now. Excuse me. What was I going to say? Burping. Money. Right. The most I spent, I bought this for $250. This was in a phase where I was trying to get as much controversial stuff as I could. Because I was just like getting the Cannibal Holocaust, Salo, fucking anything I was finding. Was it Australia 7? There was Siren Visual or something was releasing some like Jodorowsky films. Was it El Topo and Holy Mountain? And like I'm reading the back and so it's banned for 30 years, banned for 20 years, banned from this and that. I was like, fuck yeah. I was looking for anything banned and I was going down that road. And obviously this comes up. If you go down that road, this comes up quite a bit. So yeah, bought it for like $250. Fuck. 10, 15 years ago. Nah, it wouldn't have been. It would have been a good 10 years ago. At least 10, 12. Anyway, still have it. Still been wearing the t-shirt. Still fits me. The neck is a little tight. It's a little tight around the edges. But still fun to wear. My washing machine has not fucked it up yet, which is great news. But front of the t-shirt is "Would you be my..." and then it flips around Guinea Pig there. I've worn this a fair few times. Some people have like noticed it. I'm like, oh fuck, Guinea Pig. I'm like, yeah. What up? Bloody t-shirt fold. Yeah, that's the t-shirt there. I think this is a large. I don't know. Maybe an XL. It's an XL. Whew. It's an XL. There we go, see the dust. I've been spraying a lot of dust lately. That is a t-shirt, XL still fits me, like sick. Now we have the poster, which is pretty much the front of it. My nose, there's a poster there. Nice little drawing animated piece there. As you can tell, it is laminated. I did laminate this poster many moons ago. I'm sure a lot of people back then, I'm sure many people watching this maybe will say that you lose value if you laminate it, and I'm like, do you really? I mean, you're keeping it in perfect condition. Like it's just folded up and all that, and every time like you show this to people and all that, you're like unfolding it and folding it back up and all that, and it's just staying in a box, and it's like, everyone knows. We all know that, like, if you keep folding something, it becomes flimsy and broken. You get a card, you get a spoon, you keep folding it becomes very soft and flimsy. Like, well, if you keep on doing that to a piece of paper or a poster, it's gonna fucking tear and rip and shit. And don't get me started on silverfish. Those little cunts, they fucking will eat anything. So, to prevent all that, a bit of lamination there. I keep it in its perfect condition. It doesn't stain, it doesn't wear from, like, sun and all that shit. Like, it doesn't fade from any sun glaring to it. Nothing can bite it, no, you know, all that. Yeah, it is just as is, how I want it to be and how I want it to stay. So that has been hanging up on my walls for a very long time. A very long time. Why did that just turn blue? Did it just turn blue for a second? Maybe my eyes. Anyway. The movies. Right, the movies. First up. Guinea Pig 1. Now, what everyone knows about Guinea Pig, everyone pretty much, the only thing that is talked about the Guinea Pig series or anything of that matter is the one that Charlie Sheen watched when he was coked out of his fucking mind. When you watch it, it's not that bad, but I'll get to that later. The first one, though, which is pretty much titled Devil's Experiment, is the one I think is the most fucking torture porn, full-blown torture. If Charlie Sheen watched this one instead of the other one, then they would have been in a fair bit of trouble, I believe. It's pretty much 2-3 guys from memory and just one woman, and it's just the guys are just torturing this woman. Like, there's a good 5 minutes of them just, like, slapping her. Like, actually, like, slapping her. There's a good 5 minutes of them, like, spinning her. I think she's in, like, a chair or, like, one of those, like, swings or a bag or something, but she's just getting spinned around and around and around for a good 5 minutes. Like, it may seem fun, but trust me, after a while, you're, like, fucking feeling dizzy and sick and shit. It's not that great. But, yeah, it's full on just... This is the fucking proper torture. If you want to go to Guinea Pig and talk about torture, this is the one you go to, Devil's Experiment. I don't know what else to say. It's 43 minutes long. Seems like it's an hour. It's fucking intense. That eyepiece, that is fucking amazing shot. Amazing. I want it tattooed on me. It's brilliant. That, like, eye-stabbing rivals Anshun and Delu. The eye slicing from Salvador Dali and Louis Buñuel. Louis Buñuel's experimental film. Next up, number 2. We have the one that Charlie fucking watched when he was coked out of his mind. We have Flowers of Flesh and Blood. Pretty much about a guy who is dressed up as a samurai, and he finds this girl walking alone in their version of Central Park, I suppose, kidnaps her, takes her to a chamber where he ties her down and cuts her into little bits and pieces. Good fun. It's 46 minute. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if you're fucking drugged out of your mind, you're like, oh, this is real. But I'm like, you watch it, I'm like, there's a lot of camera setups and shit, Charlie. Like, come on. Well, a lot of camera setups, and like, when, I think, it's like with, what you call it? I think it's a lot of Japanese films do it, in their torture stuff, when they're cutting through a limb. They use the sound of just a saw cutting through wood or a tree. You hear that kind of sound, the crackling going on. It just doesn't sound right, but it works really well to make you kind of squeamish, I suppose. But there you go. There's a bit of fun. It's just good to see the effects. Really, that's all it's for. And at the end you're watching, you're like, serious, Charlie? Fucking hell. Alright, next up, number 3. Now this is where the series gets different, like complete 180. These next two films in the series, 3 and 4, are basically comedies. I think a lot of people going into the series expect just straight torture, gore, effects, you know, all the way through, but they will be surprised and maybe disappointed that they're all not like that. Sure, they still have all the gore and whatnot, but yeah, it's not like it's not like August Underground sort of shit. Complete different. But number 3, anyway. Number 3 is He Never Dies, which is basically a comedy. It's a 44-minute long comedy of a man, I can't remember how it starts off, but he pretty much just like cuts himself or loses a finger or whatever. He loses a limb or something, blood starts pissing out everywhere, and he doesn't feel any pain. He's just like, what's going on? And then I think he just like starts cutting himself more and more, and it's just like, well, I don't feel anything, what's going on? And then he starts cutting limbs off and shit, and he's pretty much, at some point he calls up his 2 friends to come over and help him, and there's just a point where his whole apartment is covered in blood, just completely covered, head to toe in blood, and his head is just sitting on the coffee table while his 2 friends are going, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, his head's on the coffee table and he's just like chatting to them like nothing's happened. So this is just full enjoyable fun right here. Great effects and just laugh. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I feel like typical Japanese, you know, cut something off and psst, you got the fucking hose of blood going off. Next up we have another comedy, 52-minute long, The Devil Woman Doctor. So it's pretty much just a whole bunch of patients that have different things going on with them, and she like fixes them but like makes it worse because she's a devil. She just fucks them up and ends up killing them or something. But like the end credit scene, was it the end credit scene? Oh, I think it's because there's a making of that I'll get to. But there's just a whole section of like a blooper reel of, there's this like, you know, the pie face that you get smashed with pie and whatnot. So they have that, but it's got like just, it's a board with like all the fucking 9-inch nails kind of thing, but they're all fake anyway, and there's just like a blood pack in the middle of it. So everyone's just getting smashed in the face with this, and you see the blood packet pop. And yeah, you just see a whole bunch of that in there. It's just comedic stuff happening in this. It's good fun. I love it. Think about it. This is one I remember most of them, really. I remember segments of them all anyway, but that's good fun. That is good fun. Number 5. Number 5, now this is where it gets back to the horror roots. Horror route. This is, I guess, a straight up horror film. I guess it's in the vein of like the Frankenstein story. In a sense, it's called Android of Notre Dame. It's one that's not really highly regarded in the series. I do sort of just remember it being a film of like a little just a little dude, like little person, and he just kidnaps a woman, or kidnaps people, and I think he just keeps them as slaves and whatnot, and using their body parts to keep this little thing. I should point out it's fucking front cover. Keep that alive. You got like a whole fucking Hellraiser pinhead thing going on there. All this is in German, so I can't read it to you. Sorry. But it's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember bits and bobs from here. Just like I remember bits and pieces of it here and there, but not the complete thing. This is 53 minutes long. Devil Pictures. But yeah, Android of Notre Dame. Not too shabby, goes back to the horror route. Normal horror story. There. Lastly in the series, one that a lot of people talk about, a lot of people love, one that's probably the one that's most talked about in a way and highly regarded, Because anytime you bring this up, everyone's just like, oh, mermaid in a manhole. No, mermaid in a manhole, mermaid in a manhole. They're all bad. I mean, like, it's great. It's a great film. And yeah, back there, it's pretty much about a guy who, I think he wishes for a mermaid or something, but he goes walking around the sewer and then he finds a mermaid one night and then he just brings her back to his place, sticks her in a tub and just keeps her there, and you know, she starts to decompose really, because I guess mermaids have to be in open sea, fresh water, or just probably shit water because she's found in a sewer. So yeah, he just keeps her in a bathtub and she starts to decompose and whatnot, and he starts freaking out. But it's fucking... Oh, and he's a painter. That's right, he's a painter. Fuck. Oh, the whole story just hit me now. He's a painter, and when she decomposes, she fucking... He's an artist, yeah. I'm gonna ruin this for you. Whatever. When she decomposes, she gets like boils on her. And when he pops the boils, like just this coloured liquid comes out. And he uses that coloured liquid as paint for his paintings. And he becomes all famous and shit. And he wants to like keep her in the tub because he's like, fuck, these are great colours. Yeah, that's right. Yes, he's a fucking failing artist or something. And then he gets the colours from her that when she decomposes. She gives him special colours, good looking colours for him to paint. Fuck. Oh, it just came flooding back, didn't it? Crazy. So they're the films. They are the films. First two pretty much torture-ish. 2 comedies, and then going back to, I guess, a horror setting. Pretty much all of them are set in one location. Devil Woman Doctor, I guess it's set in one location because I guess it's like stage setups, really. But it makes it look like different locations from memory. I'm saying all this from memory because it's been like 10 years since I fucking watched it. Should watch them again. So with this series, I got 2 making of. This is part 7. This is a making of the Guinea Pig series, all bits and bobs behind the scenes, promos, and as you can see down there, that's the woman on the bed and the limbs around her and whatnot. I believe that's her head as well, so I think this is a lot of it would be Flowers of Flesh and Blood making of. There's a good 44-minute one here. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what this one was. I guess just the behind the scenes of all the effects and whatnot that went behind it. Number 8, the part 8 I should say, last of making of, is Devil Woman Doctor. 52 minutes long. It's blooper reel because there's a lot of special effects going on. There's all different patients that they do. Okay. There's 9 sort of patient sections there. So I guess it goes through all the effects that went into it. See, there's one up there. It's a shot there where she like screams. I think she like combusts or something. She blows up or dies or has a heart attack when someone screams at her. You know, Devil Woman Doctor screams at her and she dies. That's another fun piece there. Oh, goddamn. So that is... In fact, that's a collection. That's 6 films and 2 making of. Now, there is another box set of the Guinea Pig series that came out later on. That, from memory, has an extra disc. I think the extra disc is a best of like segments from the whole series. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while because I was looking at that because it had that extra disc. I'm trying to remember. I think it was a best of or it was another making of one of the films. But where's the thing? In 2 seconds. It can't from memory. I was looking at this at Amazon like fucking years ago. But from memory, it comes in like a box, like sort of this, like it has those big plastic cases, you know. open up how it's got the sections and whatnot. Maybe sections, or it's got all the discs lined up, you know. I'm interested in the Up series for this, but it's like, you know, one of those big plastic box. Yeah, I'm getting one of those ones. No, things falling. But yeah, yeah, there's that, and then that comes with another disc. So I can't remember. I don't know if it's going to be on Amazon, to be honest. Like, it might be. Someone might be selling it. Someone might be selling it on eBay for like a couple $100. But yeah, I'd say that don't go in expecting all of them to be like gory torture porn kind of thing. Like, a lot of them are violent, even the comedic ones. But as I say too, there is the 2 comedic films in there, so they're not all serious horror, scream and despair, woman in trouble kind of thing going on in this series. It's got a bit of everything, really. But I love it. I don't know if I'll ever part with this. I always think every time someone says like, well, if your house was burning down, you could save something, what would you save? Like, one of the things, I always go to this. I'm just like, it's probably that. I'd probably like, yeah, go straight to that. So that's the one thing that comes in my mind. Just love it so. But yeah, that's the box set for you. That's the whole fucking shebang. One edition right there. Beautiful. Now, it's lost its smell. It used to smell something. It used to smell special. Nah, the DVD still have it. Oof. I don't know what kind of smell that is, but it's a good smell. If you ever come around, I'll let you sniff it, and you'll be like, it's a good smell. But yeah, anyway, that's that. Comment, give us a comment, and fucking chat to me, ask me any question you want about this. I'd be happy to reply. Whatever you want to know, whatever I can tell you, whatever I know I can tell you. But yeah, if you have a question about this, fucking go ahead, shoot. Don't know what else to say, I guess. This is a nice little short one there. I just wanted to keep it short. Nice little short showcase for you. But yeah, that was it. Stay tuned for more. I got another one. They'll be filming soon. There'll be a 2-parter. But yes, that's it. That's it for now, I suppose. The box set with a t-shirt and a poster. It's a great little thing. I love it. I'm so happy the t-shirt still fits me as well. Pretty happy about that. But yeah, see you later. Subscribe if you want. Excuse me. Oh, tired. Getting old. See you later. Fuck, I don't know.